Hello, this is Mr. Molo for Lesson 4-2, Proportion. Today we're going to talk about two different kinds of proportions. So proportional relationship, that means a statement of two equal ratios, and non-proportional. So something, if it's proportional, like if I buy one t-shirt for $10, that means two t-shirts will cost $20, three t-shirts will cost $30, and so on and so on. Non-proportional would be like if they have a deal. Well, if you buy one t-shirt for $10, then maybe two t-shirts only cost like $18 or something. So we're going to have to tell if the ratio is proportional, and we're going to have to find the next one. So if I have something like this. So a group of students had their choice between hamburger, pizza, or lunch. There were 12 students, 5 chose pizza, 7 chose hamburgers. So I would say 5 to 7 is my proportion. Okay. This way I could also say if there were 24 students, well then I'd have 10 that choose pizza and 14 that chose hamburgers. So remember, we should be writing, we talked about this when we did 6th grade math, we should be writing it like this, because that means that there's 12 students total. You could write it like this, but usually this means there's only 7 students total. So I really like this way better, because that kind of says there are 12 students total, 5 of them like this, 7 of them like this. If you write it like this, then it kind of seems like there's only 7 students and 5 of them like pizza or hamburgers or whatever we're talking about. Alright, when we're mixing paint, the amount of paint needed to paint 2 sides of the shed, how much of each color do you want to paint all 4? So we need 4 red cans to paint 2 sides and 1 white. So that means if we want to paint all 4, well, we pretty much need to double it. So we need 8 red and 2 white. So we're doubling proportion. So there we go. There's our 8 red and our 2 white. Something like making lemonade. So if I want to make lemonade, I need 1 can of frozen concentrate and 4 cans of water. And that would make 1 batch. So that means if I want to write the ratio of total cans of lemonade in 1 batch, well, let's go back. I need 1 can of the concentrate. Oops. So 1 can of the concentrate to 4 cups of water. And then I can go and see on the next problem, well, what happens if I want to make 6 liters of lemonade? So that would make 1.5 liters. If I want to go and make 6, well, 1.5 times 4 gives us 6. So if I need 1 can for 1.5, well, I'm going to multiply that by 4. So I'm going to really need 4 cans of lemonade to make the 6 liters. And then multiply that by 4. So those 4 cans of water now becomes 16 cans of water to make it, because 1.5 can go into 6 4 times. Alright, so if a factory makes 8 bicycles per hour, how many can they make in 3 hours? So 8 bicycles in 1 hour, that means times 3, which would make 24 bicycles in 3 hours. Taxi travels 12 miles in 15 minutes. How far can it travel in 1 hour? Well, 15 minutes or 60 minutes an hour. So 15 times 4, and then I would have to do 12 times 4, so it would be 48. So if I want to write this out, so 15 over 60 has to be the same as 12 over what? And I could figure out that that would have to be 48. Susan can do 24 math problems in 8 minutes. How many can she do in 1 minute? Okay, so now I'm kind of going backwards. So 24 in 8 minutes. That means she's doing about 3 every 1 minute. City bus goes 27 miles in 45 minutes. How far can it go in 15? Well, 15 can go into 45 3 times. So 27 divided by 3 is going to give us the 9. And then for the last slide, we're just going to write which ones are direct or indirect proportion. Okay, well, 1 to 2. Get the answers up. 1 to 2 is not going to be the same as 2 to 3. Those are not going to be indirect proportions. 1 to 4 is not the same as 4 to 1. 5 over 10, is that the same as 1/2? Yes, it is. They're both both 1/2. 1 over 6 is the same as 2 over 12. 3 to 1 is the same as 9 to 3. 4 to 2 is the same as 12 to 6. Alright, so we just need to write down on our homework, it's going to be a worksheet, whether they're proportional, and then if it is, what's the proportion.